Hey everybody, it's JP with Contingency Club. I'm coming at you today from one of my offsite caches, codenamed Deep 13. I just wanted to show you something that I came up with the other day, inspired by another video here on YouTube about expedient wound closure. So this is kind of a different take on the method that was described in that video, which I'm going to link down at the bottom. It's actually a very informative video, gave me a lot of it's a great idea the way it's presented, and it just gave me the idea to modify this a little bit and perhaps do it a little bit differently. Now, bear in mind I'm not a medical professional. I had first aid training in the Boy Scouts, the Marine Corps, and then with CERT. That's about it. I'm not a doctor. I don't know that much about wound closure other than what I've been taught and what I am basing off of the methods and techniques out there that I've seen and researched. So, I'm looking for feedback on this idea, honestly. I'm going to demonstrate it here, and then everyone is free and welcome to tell me their opinions on how well you think it would or wouldn't work in the field. So, thanks for taking a look, and I'm looking forward to the comments. Okay, so this is how we're going to make what I hope to be a slightly more practical, field usable version of what I showed you in the footage there. This time we're going to use 1-inch Gorilla Tape instead of full-size duct tape, and 4-inch zip ties. And we're going to make it sized a little bit more. So this is how we actually put this together. Start with a piece of plastic. I'm using a big Ziploc bag. Put down 2 strips as far apart as you think you're going to need for either side of the wound that you're going to close. Alright, and now you're going to lay out your zip ties, and we're only going to use a few here to demonstrate the purpose. But you want to lay these out making sure that the female ends of these are inside the tape line, because that'll allow us to pull it tighter. I've got these spaced about 3/4 of an inch to an inch apart. Maybe some expert in stitching can recommend how far apart we really want to go with that, but that seems to work for testing purposes. And then we take another strip and carefully lay it over top, buckle it down, and now we've got one side. Now, we create our little stitches by feeding into the strip on this end and pulling them until they're just beyond the edge of the tape right here, because that's going to be what stops it from pulling through. Alright, so now we lay our retention tape over the top of side B. Alright, so now we're going to add our modification to the original design that keeps this end from pulling out here. So all we had to do is thread some more female ends on to create a stopper. Alright, now you see you get kind of a lot of extra material there, so we can trim that off. That's it. So now we've assembled a basic DIY zip stitch, right? So now what we would do is take this and apply it to a laceration
So now it's as simple as you've got your wound, and you're going to place this on either side of it. Stick it down, obviously, best you can. If need be, you can add additional tape to any side to make sure you've got good adhesion. So let's say I want to do that, I just stick that down there, extra adhesion. Oh, I'm all covered in sweat, so I need it on both sides. Or you could actually use full-size duct tape for this at this point. I don't think it would hurt anything. So now, real simple, you just zip. And it's pulled tight.
So yeah, this is the original design that I made right after I first had the idea to do this. I used full-size duct tape and larger zip ties, and it all held pretty secure. I wore it for over 24 hours, and other than where I hadn't yet realized I needed to put retention on the back of the other zip ties, it held together very, very well. So yeah, I appreciate you watching again, and leave comments, feedback on the idea. It's all appreciated. Thank you, and see you next time.